In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on November 10, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Dallas Mavericks versus Denver Nuggets. The Dallas Mavericks, currently with a 5-4 record and ranked 10th in the Western Conference, are preparing to face the Denver Nuggets, who hold a 6-3 record and sit at 5th in the West, on November 10th at Ball Arena. The Mavericks are hoping to recover from a tough 114-113 home defeat to the Phoenix Suns on Friday. Meanwhile, the Nuggets are on a 4-game winning streak, having secured a 135-122 home victory over the Miami Heat this past Friday. Both teams are looking to make a statement in this matchup, with each having their own motivations heading into the game. The Mavericks are still dealing with several key injuries as they are missing Maxi Kleber, Derek Lively, and Dante Exum. Additionally, Luka Doncic has been listed as questionable for the game. On the other hand, the Nuggets are missing Aaron Gordon, which adds another layer of difficulty for them. The Mavericks lineup is not fully healthy, and although they hope to have most of their players ready for the game, it remains a challenge for them to play at full strength. Furthermore, traveling on the road, especially to Denver, is never easy. The high altitude and strong home court advantage of the Nuggets only add to the difficulty. Denver's superstar, Nikola Jokic, is a matchup nightmare for the Mavericks, and Jamal Murray, a tough and physical guard, will likely put pressure on Doncic, making it harder for him to perform at his usual level. Historically, the home team has had the upper hand in this matchup, with the home side winning and covering the spread in all 3 meetings between these two teams last season, as well as in 4 straight matchups overall. This trend is expected to continue as the game moves to Denver on Sunday. The Denver Nuggets have undoubtedly been the superior team so far this season, and the gap between the two teams is clear, especially considering that Luka Doncic is dealing with a groin injury. Recently, the Mavericks' offense has been solid, putting up 120 points per game over their last 3 contests, but the Nuggets have been firing on all cylinders, averaging a remarkable 127 points per game. One key area where the Nuggets hold a significant advantage is in offensive rebounding. Denver averages 13.3 offensive rebounds per game, ranking 4th in the league, while the Mavericks lag behind at 18th, with only 10.9 offensive rebounds per game. Securing second-chance opportunities will be crucial for both teams, and Denver's dominance on the boards could be a game-changer. Although the Mavericks are coming into the game with some momentum, having played well in their last few contests despite the loss to Phoenix, they will likely feel disappointed with that close defeat. Meanwhile, the Nuggets have managed to overcome a slow start to the season and are now on a 4-game winning streak. Having most of their key players back from injury has bolstered their performance, and they will be looking to continue their winning ways. When it comes to the spread, the Mavericks' prospects are uncertain, especially if Luka Doncic is unable to play. In addition to his possible absence, Derek Lively and Jaden Ivey will also be out, which further limits the Mavericks' depth. On the other hand, the Nuggets have been particularly dominant at home, where 4 of their 6 wins have come this season. With their offense hitting its stride and a 4-game winning streak behind them, the Nuggets appear poised to continue their strong run. If Doncic is out for the Mavericks, the Denver Nuggets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full-game side pick. The Mavericks are facing a challenging road trip, compounded by injuries that could limit the minutes of several players, further diminishing their offensive output. Playing in Denver's high altitude will also likely affect their pace of play, reducing the number of scoring opportunities and possessions for both teams. For the Nuggets, the absence of Aaron Gordon will leave them without one of their reliable double-digit scorers. However, the Nuggets have proven capable of winning without him, though they may need to find alternative ways to generate offense in his absence. The under has been a strong trend in recent matchups, with the under hitting in both of the last 2 games and 3 of the last 4 contests between these two teams. Looking at defense, both teams have been performing well against the perimeter. The Mavericks are ranked 5th in the league, holding opponents to a 32.9% shooting percentage from beyond the arc, Meanwhile, the Nuggets are 15th, allowing 35.9% from three-point range. In terms of ball security, both teams have been relatively disciplined, with the Mavericks ranking 3rd in the league with just 11.2 turnovers per game, while the Nuggets are 18th, averaging 14.2 turnovers per game. Given these factors, as both teams' defensive capabilities and the expected pace of play suggest a lower scoring affair, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Memphis Grizzlies versus Portland Trail Blazers. A pair of Western Conference teams are set to take the floor, both seeking to secure a much-needed victory as they square off in the Rose City. The Memphis Grizzlies are on the road for this matchup, traveling to the Pacific Northwest to face the Portland Trail Blazers on Sunday evening. Memphis enters the game following a commanding 128-104 victory at home over Washington on Friday night, covering the spread as a 7.5-point favorite. In contrast, the Trail Blazers were thoroughly defeated 127-102 in Minnesota during the second game of a back-to-back set on Friday night, failing to cover the spread as a 12-point underdog. Historically, the Trail Blazers hold a 59-46 advantage in the regular season series between these two teams and have won the last two matchups. This includes a hard-fought 107-100 overtime victory on the road in their most recent meeting on March 2, 2024. The Grizzlies continue to deal with a number of key injuries, with star players like Ja Morant, Marcus Smart, and Desmond Bane all sidelined. On the other side, the Trail Blazers are still without Mattis Thybulle. Despite the injuries, the Grizzlies have been on a hot streak, winning 2 straight games and 4 of their last 5, while the Blazers have struggled, losing 2 consecutive games and 4 out of their last 5 contests. In their most recent game, Memphis secured a dominant win despite missing 2 of their top 3 scorers, and those 2 players are expected to remain unavailable for this game as well. However, Memphis boasts impressive depth, with 8 players averaging double-digit points per game. Portland, meanwhile, has faced difficulties on both ends of the floor, with their top 2 scorers each shooting under 40% from the field. Despite getting healthier with the return of Williams III and Sharp in recent days, the Trail Blazers have struggled to find consistency. Their recent losses to San Antonio and Minnesota were particularly troubling, as they were thoroughly beaten in both games. In fact, the Trail Blazers are now facing their 3rd game in a different city within a span of just 4 nights, after losing the first 2 games by a combined 38 points. Meanwhile, Memphis is riding a 2-game win streak, including a dominant performance against Washington even without Morant in the lineup. As the Grizzlies slowly get key players back into the fold, they remain a strong team with plenty of options to rotate through. While the Portland Trail Blazers could be worth considering as a potential home team underdog, the Grizzlies are still the favorites, despite the absence of Morant and other key players. This line is telling, as it suggests confidence in Memphis's ability to win even with their injuries. The Grizzlies have shown time and time again that they can find ways to win games, even with several players missing from the lineup, thanks to their strong defensive play. Though Memphis is still dealing with injuries, they have continued to rack up wins, which gives them confidence heading into this matchup with the Trail Blazers, who are coming off a brutal 25-point loss to the Timberwolves. Though it may be more of a reflection of Portland's struggles than a strong endorsement of Memphis, the Grizzlies are favored to win and cover the spread in this game. With their solid defensive efforts and ability to generate scoring from multiple players, the Memphis Grizzlies to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Heading into Saturday's games, Memphis had seen the total go over in 7 of their first 9 games of the season. The Grizzlies ranked 27th in the league in terms of turnovers, averaging 16.8 per game, but they are 4th in the league in pace, averaging 103 possessions per night. As for Portland, they have stayed under the total in 5 of their 10 games this season. Heading into Saturday's action, the Trail Blazers rank 20th in turnovers, averaging 15.3 per game, and they are fairly average in terms of tempo, sitting 13th in the league with 99.6 possessions per game. The total has gone over in 2 consecutive games for both teams. Even though the Grizzlies may be missing 2 of their top 3 scorers, they still managed to score 128 points in their last game. Memphis has a deep roster, with 8 players averaging double-digit points, and they are likely to put up another high scoring performance against a Portland team that gave up 127 points in their last outing. The Trail Blazers should also be able to score a decent amount, but the Grizzlies are expected to once again produce a high total, making it 3 straight games with a big offensive output. Given Memphis's ability to score efficiently, even in the absence of key players, and Portland struggles to defend, we believe the total will go over the projected mark. Therefore, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Toronto Raptors versus Los Angeles Lakers. The Toronto Raptors are set to visit the Crypto.com Arena on Sunday evening to face the Los Angeles Lakers in a non-conference matchup early in the regular season. Currently, the Raptors hold the 13th spot in the Eastern Conference with a 2-7 record. They are coming off a back-to-back stretch, having already played the Los Angeles Clippers on Saturday. Meanwhile, the Lakers are sitting comfortably in 7th place in the Western Conference with a 5-4 record. They are coming off a 116-106 victory at home on Friday against the Philadelphia 76ers. This game marks the second and final meeting between these two teams this season, with the Lakers having previously defeated the Raptors 131-125 in a road game on November 1st. As for injuries, the Raptors are still without Scotty Barnes and Garrett Temple, while the Lakers are dealing with the absence of Jared Vanderbilt. Over the last 3 games, Toronto has been performing well offensively, averaging 119 points per game. The Lakers, on the other hand, have averaged 111 points per game in that same stretch. Defensively, both teams are somewhat similar in their ability to guard the three-point line. The Raptors rank 14th in the NBA, allowing opponents to shoot 35.8% from beyond the arc, while the Lakers are slightly better, ranking 12th with a 35.5% three-point shooting percentage against. When considering the overall situation, the Los Angeles Lakers are clear favorites heading into this matchup. They are the healthier team, playing at home and benefiting from the rest advantage. On the other hand, the Toronto Raptors are struggling with injuries across their entire roster, and their poor record shows they are having difficulty winning games. Additionally, Toronto is playing on the second half of a back-to-back, which could further impact their performance. Despite these challenges, the Raptors have been strong against the spread this season, posting an 8-2 record. In fact, they have covered the spread in 8 of their last 9 games, with 2 of their 3 most recent losses coming by a margin of 3 points or fewer. As long as the Raptors continue to cover the spread, I'm inclined to back them, even as underdogs. Therefore, the Toronto Raptors to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. When evaluating the defensive side of things, both teams have been struggling to prevent points. In their last 3 games, the Raptors have been allowing an average of 124 points per game, while the Lakers have been giving up 122 points per game over their last 5 contests. This defensive inconsistency has led to higher scoring games for both teams. The over has hit in 7 of the Raptors' first 9 games, and the Lakers have also seen the over hit in 5 of their first 9 matchups. Heading into Saturday night's action, Toronto had seen the over hit in 7 of their 9 games this season. On the turnover front, the Raptors have been one of the league's worst teams, committing an average of 16.8 turnovers per game, which ranks 26th in the league. Despite this, they have been playing at a fast pace, ranking 9th in tempo with 100.7 possessions per game. The Lakers, conversely, have committed fewer turnovers, ranking 8th in the league with 13.2 turnovers per game, and they also play at a quick tempo, ranking 8th in the NBA with 100.8 possessions per game. In the first meeting between these two teams this season, they combined for 256 points. Even with the Raptors potentially feeling fatigued from playing a back-to-back, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.